had to blow my nose there. Welcome everybody back to another broadcast. I'm a mess, but hey, it's Chimney Soul again. Back again with a live broadcast. This one is Chelsea versus Arsenal. Look, it's a big game. It's a big game. It's very huge. Give me 1 second here, folks. Arsenal. Okay. So it's Arsenal versus Chelsea tomorrow. I live in the United States, so it's 9 o'clock our time. Actually, hold on. It's 9:30 our time. Look, I am gonna be honest. I'm a little bit nervous about this game, but I don't know why. We're the best team in Europe. We're amazing. But yeah, let's get into it. So first order of business is that it looks like there's a possibility that Kai Havertz, Victor Gyökeres could make this game. I don't know if it's possible, but here, according to the standard, Mikel Arteta will make a late call to decide if Kai Havertz and Victor Gyökeres can be part of the Arsenal squad for Sunday's trip to Chelsea. Now, this was about an hour ago, or 2 hours ago, sorry. So, maybe it's been made. Hopefully, that's given him 2 hours to get to it. But, I'll be honest. I'm a little iffy about this game, mainly because missing Havertz and Gyökeres does make it a bit tougher. Now, I understand Mikel Merino has been phenomenal. He's been amazing for us since their absence. But similar to the Sunderland game that we had, when you play against that Premier League physicality and toughness, Mikel Merino doesn't do the best at center forward compared to the likes of Gyökeres or even Havertz last season. Now, obviously, people would look at like the Bayern Munich game and be like, well, he did pretty solid that game, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I say that the Premier League is the best league in the world, because like Bayern are nowhere near as physical as Sunderland, Chelsea, Man City. Like, they're just not. No, they're great. They're obviously a better team than Sunderland, and I think they're a better team than Chelsea, but they're not as physical. So, I think that having Mikel Merino is not a bad idea. It's not bad, but it can be tough. Hey, how's it going there? Is that Bobos? It's good to see you, man. I've been good. How about you? Just doing a little preview on Arsenal versus Chelsea. But anyway, guys, like I said, I think Mikel Merino, it can be a little bit hard for him to go up against the physicality that is this league. But let me see here. I'm trying to see. It looks like I'll be honest, guys. Give me 1 second, folks. Let me start logging into this real quick. Okay, perfect. Alrighty here. Okay. Well, anyway, so sorry about that, guys. Do I think Gyökeres and Kai Havertz will be a big miss? Absolutely. Absolutely will be a big miss. For sure. But, okay. So, regardless of that, what does this... I mean, okay, so we already saw not Havertz, sorry. Odegaard was back. It looks like... So, Madueke is back. Odegaard's back. I don't know the news regarding Trossard. It says right here that Leandro Trossard is a doubt for the game with Chelsea after coming off the first half of Arsenal's win over Bayern Munich on Wednesday. The Belgian is struggling with a calf issue and he will also undergo a late fitness test before Sunday. So, yeah. Arteta said, with Leo, there's another test today. We have to see how he's feeling. It doesn't look much. So we still have a few hours and we have to wait and see. Look, I'll be honest with you. Look, I love Arteta, but that guy is the worst at giving straightforward answers when it comes to like players' injuries, like signing of players, like stuff. He's so ominous about it, and so it's very hard if you're a fan to like, all right, is this player going to be ready? I mean, I remember games last season where he would say, "Oh, we don't know if a player is ready," and bam, there they are in the starting lineup. But we'll have to see. We shall see. But let's see. Okay. So I don't know. We'll have to see if it's possible. Let's see here. Okay. So for tomorrow, this is how I'd line it up based off the information we have. There's Calafiori. I love Miles. David Ryan goal, that's very simple. Calafiori, Miles Lewis Kelly, I love you, brother, but you were getting cooked on Wednesday, unfortunately. And I believe he'll be facing up against Esteval. I don't think we should put him through that. Look, Miles Lewis Kelly isn't a natural defender. He's more of like a defensive mid to like a center mid. So I can understand that sometimes there isn't that like defensive awareness that he like a natural defender would have. But I gotta go Calafiori on this one. He's been phenomenal. I mean, I remember last season, a lot of people were saying that, man, Calafiori can come off as dodgy because he's better off as a center back, but he's been phenomenal as a fullback, and I love him. And Kapia and Saliba, I think that's fair. Mosquera is pretty solid. But I just feel in Capier he didn't really play. Um, he, he didn't play against Bayern Munich, right? If I'm not mistaken, in Capier it was Mosquera that played. So I think he gets the nod. Mosquera's been pretty good, but I think I'd keep him on the bench and then bring him on as a sub if needed. Obviously, Saliba, best center back up there with Gabriel that I would say, and there's Timber. I would put a double pivot of Rice and Zubimendi. Keep it simple. I will not lie though. Declan Rice has been playing a lot of football. He's been playing a lot of football, man. Like I know this is not the game to rest him, but I'll be honest with you here. Some of these other fixtures we have, like a Carabao Cup or because I know we have Crystal Palace later in December, but like any game where we can, like, I'd have to look at our fixtures, but I think it should be time that Declan Rice gets a little bit of a rest. If I'm being honest, like I understand he's got an engine and he could run for 1,000,000 miles, but we cannot afford to lose Declan Rice. We cannot, like, I don't even know who is the replacement for Declan Rice at this moment. It's not Marino. It's not Kai Havertz, right? They're better up front. Norgard, but Norgard is, I don't think that can happen, if I'm being honest with you. Norgard, possibly, but I don't know. I would say Rice, and then Norgard for sure. But yeah. So I put Rice and Zubimendi double pivot, as in the 10. I know there's been some talks about Trossard. I don't know. It might have to be Martinelli, depending on how Trossard is feeling, I guess, on Sunday. If it would have to be Martinelli. Obviously, as a Saka, I love you. You're the star boy, but you have to. He's got to start performing a little bit more, in my opinion. So hopefully he can get his act together, maybe get a few more assists. I know he had an assist in the Bayern game, but in the Premier League, I need a little bit more from Saka, but still star boy. And then obviously Marino up front, just because I don't know if Gyökeres is available tomorrow. He probably won't be, which is fine. Let him rest. Marino has been pretty solid. I would say that keep him. Now I know I did say earlier that the physicality of the Prem, it's tough having Marino as a center forward, but obviously you look at the Tottenham game, right? He does great link-up play very well for that assist for Trossard. I think Marino does have qualities that can sometimes be very helpful. He's a very great passer for a guy that seems to move like a sinking ship, if I'm being honest with you. But I think that this is a solid lineup. I wouldn't really. The only thing I could possibly change would be Martinelli. I would put Trossard in instead of Martinelli. That's just what I think would be the better player, because Trossard has been phenomenal these past few days, and I don't know. I think you just keep him there. Yeah, but I don't know. I think that we have to win this game, right? You look at the table, right? Okay, what is the Premier League table looking like right now? Let's share my screen real quick with y'all. All right. Okay. So this is this table as it stands right now after today's fixtures. We sit up top. We're 4 points ahead of Man City. Look, I'll be honest with you. Man City does look a little bit terrifying. Well, actually, no, because they played Leeds, and Leeds came back from 2-0 down and were able to tie. So I can see where people are saying that Man City don't look 100% and they don't look great. But it's still Man City. They are a little. I mean, they're second, right? But we're 4 ahead of them. A win is needed to kind of keep that separation, but let's focus on Chelsea right now. Let's not focus on Man City. Yeah. So this is the table right now as it stands. Chelsea in third. We're in first. Obviously, half the team has played, the other half has not. If we win our game, we go 7 clear of Man City. We go, I believe, 9 clear of Chelsea. And I don't think Liverpool's in the title race, in my opinion. Like, people keep trying to throw them in because they were the winners of the Premier League, like the current holders. But like, you cannot lose. You cannot lose 6 games and still be in the title race. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, you look at last year, Liverpool lost 4 games. We lost 4 games, and we came in second. City lost 9 games. They weren't even close to the title race. Liverpool's already lost 6. 3 more losses, and they're what City had and Chelsea had, and they were third and fourth. Like, look, I don't care what anybody says. Liverpool are out. There is no world where Arsenal loses 5 games. I could possibly see us losing like 3 more games, 4 more games, and drawing we're gonna drop points. We're probably gonna drop like max 20 points is the max I see us dropping. I'll be honest with you. We're not losing more than 5 games, right? Like, to be Premier League champion. I mean, you look back at 23-24, right? City lost 3 games. We lost 5 games when we came in second. Like, Liverpool has already lost 6 games. They're not going to win this Premier League. It doesn't matter. Like, it would have to be a disaster from teams like even if, let's say, you don't think Arsenal will be the one to win the Premier League, right? God forbid. Man City, right, would need to lose an additional 2 games with Liverpool winning out all their games to even for them to even have a chance, right? So that's just my opinion. Liverpool, they're out of the title race. I don't believe they're in it anymore. They're out, right? So we need a win. I think, I don't know, if we win, can we definitely say that the title's ours? I don't know. We do have some tricky games coming up, I can't lie. But and look, Revolutionary Pot just said, as an Arsenal fan, do not underestimate City. Look, I am not underestimating City at all. Like, they're still there. They're always going to be lurking. I absolutely understand that, right? It's still a Pep Guardiola game. And he just said, we get 2 draws and they get 2 wins and City are first, mate. That is very true. That is true. But City's defense looks so suspicious, so shaky. I mean, they played a Leeds team that I don't even know how many goals Leeds. I mean, they've scored 13 goals in the Premier League. 2 of them was just the game they played against City. I think, if I'm being honest with you, that City, look, obviously Phil Foden and Cherky will probably start helping Haaland with his goal scoring. I completely understand that. But their defense is very shaky, right? Our defense is very solid. And it's always been. I think it was past years where we didn't have enough offensive, like good offensive players. Right? It was just Saka. Maybe Martinelli might come in here and there, but I think that with City, they'll score goals, right? They might win their games 3-2, 3-1, but they will lose games too. I mean, you look at Newcastle, right? Games like Newcastle, like teams like Aston Villa, Bournemouth, even. Like, I'm talking about teams that score a lot of goals. Well, I guess Aston Villa not so much, but like teams that score a lot of goals will score a lot on City. Can City come out with wins? Yes, but I think that a lot of times also they will drop points, whether it's a draw or a loss, based off the fact that their defense is very, very shaky. That's just my opinion. Anyway, I think. Look, I'm not trying to get carried away, okay? So, we have Chelsea tomorrow. Brentford, very winnable, right? Aston Villa, now that's going to be a tough game. I can't lie. Pep changed their tactical approach. The team is still adjusting, if I'm being fair to them. That is very true. I can see where you're coming from, but I think that at the end of the day, no matter how much he changes, like, who do they have as their fullbacks, right? They have Nico O'Reilly, who I think is originally a center mid or a winger, if I'm not mistaken. And I think they have, is it Mateus Nunes, if I'm not mistaken? Is there one? I don't know. I think no matter how much you change, those guys just don't have defensive awareness in them. I mean, I'm seeing them get caught out so much. Okay, Revolutionary Pod just said I'm saying 3-0 Arsenal later today. I think that's pretty solid. I myself, I'm going to go 2-0. I originally was thinking 2-1 because Chelsea do score goals. But I think we'll keep a clean sheet in my heart of hearts. So I'm going to go 2-0 to Arsenal. And I think the scores will be, I think, Mikel Merino score. He seems to he scored well. I think he scored the last time we played Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken, with that 1-0 win. And I believe Declan Rice. No, I'm gonna go a little controversial. I'm gonna go Nani Madueke to score the second goal. I think it's gonna be Mikel Merino and Nani Madueke. Because we have a lot of our players have scored against their former clubs, right? You look at Eberici Eze scoring against Crystal Palace. Declan Rice scored against West Ham. So I'm going to go with Nani to score his goal, and I think it's going to be 2-0. Revolutionary Pot said, we haven't lost to Chelsea at Bridge in 5 years or so, if I'm not mistaken. That is very true. The last time I think we lost to them was 2020? It might have been 2020, if I'm not mistaken. I know they did beat us at the Emirates in 2021, which was the last time we lost to them. I think the last time we lost them at the Bridge was 2020, if I'm not mistaken. But what did the Revolutionary Pod say? Naughty Dagger would be banter to me. It would be amazing. Honestly, if Nani Madueke scores against Chelsea, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, everything is just going to be on fire. I mean, like, the amount of Arsenal fans that are just going to use that to banter Chelsea fans, I cannot wait. I have a cousin. He's a huge Chelsea fan. If Nani Madueke, because I remember when we got Nani Madueke, he was digging into me. He was like, "Oh, you just spent 50 million on our third best winger. Like, we don't even need him." Like, and look, at first I was a bit skeptical of the trade because I was like, man, that's a lot of money for his kind of player. But his goal versus Bayern was very beautiful. He kind of gave us a little energy in that second half. I think he's been pretty fantastic when it comes to 1v1. I know he hasn't scored many goals or assists, but I think they'll come, right? It's just all about adaptation. But if Nani does score on Chelsea, I will be very excited about that, and I have a suspicion it will happen for sure. But yeah, I think 2-0 is very fair. I think Chelsea will come at us, but I think the Revolutionary Pot said poetic justice. Poetic justice. I'm here for it. I believe that would be beautiful. And something just tells me Nani just didn't feel at home in Chelsea. Like, look, a lot of people come at Arsenal because we're kind of like like we're like a family club, right? Like everybody's family. We kind of like we do like huddles, kind of stuff. But it's very important. It kind of creates like a connection between the players, between each other, and like the players and the fans that you just don't get at a lot of clubs like Chelsea. Chelsea, like you look a lot of like Chelsea players and like some of them they just look like they don't belong there, right? Like you look at Raheem Sterling, you look at Nani Madueke, Nicholas Jackson, like all these players, it looked like they didn't really belong there at all. Like I'll be honest, but I think Nani really did enjoy his time at Chelsea. You saw his goal against Bayern. He was tapping the badge. He seemed very happy about it. I think he loves Arsenal more than Chelsea, in my opinion. But hey, whatever. But yeah, like I said, I think it's gonna be 2-0. It's gonna be Nani Madueke to score the second goal against his former club, and I believe that if we win that game, we got Brentford next. We have Aston Villa, and Wolves. And I mean, if we can win the Brentford and Aston Villa, it's a good run of form. I mean, right? Wolves, that should be a win. Everton should be a win. We have Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup. I think that should be a win. Brighton, we've already beaten them in the Carabao Cup with our B team. That should be a win. I mean, like, I think the Liverpool game on the 8th of January would probably be the toughest game after the Aston Villa game in December, if I'm being honest with you. Now, I do know we play them on the 30th again, but if we can get past these two Aston Villa games, I think it's looking pretty solid to kind of create a little bit of a space in between us and the rest of the pack, if I'm being honest. Yeah, but if you're just joining me, this is what I think the team is gonna be tomorrow. I think it looks like Havertz, Gyökeres isn't ready yet. Marino, you're getting a nod. Martinelli probably, because I think Trossard, if from what Mikel Arteta said, he's a doubt, is struggling with a calf issue, and he'll undergo a late fitness test before Sunday. So I believe that's probably already happened based off the time zones. This was from about 2 hours ago, so I'm not entirely sure if there's been a newer update. But I think for now we'll probably go with that. Just Leandro Trossard has been playing a lot of games. I would give him a little bit of a break. Okay, yeah. So Revolutionary Pot just said Trossard injured. I think he is. He'll be out for the game tomorrow. So yeah, Martinelli, it's your time to shine. And look, I think Martinelli always has good games against Chelsea, right? I mean, you think about the goal from, I believe was it 2021, where he had Conte on the floor, and he was 1v1 with the goalkeeper. I mean, he always bags against Chelsea. That's just his bagging team. Look, I did mention this earlier, but man, Declan Rice, like, the amount of football he's been playing has been it's just been a lot, and I'm very nervous. I can't lie. I am like, if I'm being honest, I think the two most important players in this squad is Declan Rice and it's a toss up between Declan Rice and Jurrien Timber as the two most. I think it's those two are like the two most important players. It will be Declan Rice and Jurrien Timber. I love Ben White. I don't think he's an equal replacement for Jurrien Timber. Jurrien Timber is just so phenomenal. I mean, this guy had an ACL injury 2 seasons ago and has been playing almost every game. That is insane. Revolutionary Pot just said Gyökeres could make an appearance. I'm hearing through the grapevine. That would be awesome. I'd love that. I know he played in a closed door game between Arsenal and Man United at the Watford training facility, which is right next to where Arsenal trains. And I believe he had a goal, if I'm not mistaken, in that game. So, I mean, it looks like he's about full fitness, I hope. And is good to go. I think he's going to start from the bench if he is good to go for sure. It would be great to see him score a goal. I know he needs one very badly. There's been a lot of conversations going on. Revolutionary Pie, running a Timber is generational agenda. I won't hear otherwise about my right back. Absolutely. I am hearing Reece James. I'm hearing Hakimi. Now, I'm not gonna lie. In terms of offensive, like getting up the field, providing assists, I don't even know, man, because Timber has scored some goals. I was gonna say goal scoring, but I think the only thing that the likes of like Hakimi and Reece James have over Timber might be like maybe their passing, their set pieces, right? Like Reece James, I think Reece James is Chelsea's set piece taker, so it could be that. He's better than all of them. I think he is. I think Timber is the best right back in the world. Hakimi is very close up there, but I think he is injured. Arteta to receive a masterclass tutorial on how to really beat the defense by Maresca on Sunday. Arteta to receive a masterclass tutorial on how to really beat that defense by Maresca on Sunday. Okay, are you a Chelsea fan or are you an Arsenal fan saying that? I need to know before I answer. But regardless, like I was saying, I think Timber is the best right back in the world right now. Okay, let's see. Not Timber got passing, and that he's just doing a lucky thing. Yeah, I think Arteta tells Timber to stay back, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he's definitely telling him to stay back and not be like more of a Hakimi kind of guy, right? I mean, he does do a little overlapping here and there with Saka. But I mean, okay, you are a Chelsea fan? Okay, look. So this guy's a Chelsea fan. I'll be honest, Chelsea has great offensive players, right? I mean, your 18-year-old star boy is phenomenal. I can't lie. He does worry me a little bit, but I think Calafiori should be able to handle him. I mean, Michael Olise, he dealt with him like it was nothing. Saliba is who will stay back over Timber. I mean, maybe, yeah. I have seen Timber like go out a little bit more for sure. Yeah, shout out to DG. I'm running nasty agendas. No, I got you. Yeah, but I think Timber's the best right back in the world. There is a case for Hakimi, and there's a case below him for Reece James. Reece James is better at like set pieces, passing, assists. I will give him that. But in terms of goals, I think Timber has more goals than Reece James. I don't know. I think yeah, I think I have to go Timber. I'm gonna have to put it out there. I think Timber is better. Saliba will continue to play his sweeper role. I mean, yeah. I mean, Saliba has been kind of backing up Timber a little bit whenever he does go forward. A lot. I mean, when you have the best defense in the world, you're able to recover very easily, right? You can just trust the next guys very easily. But I am nervous. Chelsea's attack is very good. Esteval, especially, is very solid. I mean, Cole Palmer coming back is a little bit nerve wracking. I won't lie. Okay, I know, but I won't lie. Oh, somebody said, please keep thinking our defensive line or our defense line is the back four. Our defense line is the whole 11 players. No, honestly, like it's a team sport. Everybody's gonna be playing their part defensively, right? I mean, our wingers they come back, they help our fullbacks a lot defensively. Um, Sometimes that can cost us a little bit in terms of creating for our striker, but I think it's a great kind of balance that you have to work out. Um, but I mean, we've let in 6 goals, right? Like I'm seeing people on Twitter say that we're gonna get battered 3-1. I can't even remember the last time somebody scored 3 goals on us. Okay. Uh, Palmer ain't on nothing. I mean, I can't lie. Like Palmer is a very good player. He's a big game player, if I'm being honest, right? Like you look at the Club World Cup, you look at the Euro final against Spain. He does score some big goals. I think he's a big game player. Yes, he has not played a lot of games this season, but that's not to say that he doesn't just come in and start bagging. I think he is somebody you have to watch out for, regardless of just how healthy he is or how many games he's played. Okay, let's see here. DJ said Arteta is not going to make the mistake of pulling Saliba out of the position, especially with the 9 that Chelsea destroys headline. Yeah, look, okay, a lot of people have been saying, I've seen people say that we play a little bit of a high line. Like people were saying against Bayern Munich, we were playing a little bit of a high line. I don't think so. That was more of like a mid block, right? Like I would not consider that a high line. I think Arsenal for the most part plays kind of a mid block. Do we play a high line when it's like maybe like a corner, right? Like if it's a dead ball situation, yes. But for the most part, our center backs are not on the halfway line. Like we don't play a high line. Like okay, let's take the Chelsea versus Barcelona game for example. Okay, Barcelona were absolutely terrible. Okay. Even before the red card. But Hansi Flick has Barcelona center backs at the halfway line. We don't really do that. That's not really Arteta's game. That's why I'm like, I don't know why people keep saying that we played a high line, especially against Bayern Munich. I don't think we did. We played more of a mid block. We kind of sat back a little bit, let them have more of the ball. That's just my opinion, but I don't know. What do you guys think? All right, let's see here. If Odegaard touches the pitch, he's going to slow the game down significantly, and Chelsea will punish for it. Okay. I need to disrupt this myth. A lot of people think that Odegaard kind of destroys like our counter-attacking or just like our fast pace. This is incorrect. Odegaard does not do that. Number one, I mean, I'm trying to think of what game it was. I think it was what game we played against Man United like a few seasons back, where Odegaard essentially started the counter attacking. Right? I think he provided it to, is it Fabio Vieira if I'm not mistaken? Let's see here. But Odegaard does not slow the game down. Right? I mean, you look at the game versus Slavia Prague. Is it Slavia Prague? In the Champions League, right? I mean, he was the ones boom, center backs were giving it to Odegaard. He was slotting in balls behind for Gyökeres. I mean, he should have had at least 2 assists that game, right? It was just unlucky. Yeah, that's a myth. He does not slow down our attacks or destroy our counterattacks. That I don't agree with that. Our fullbacks don't really push high at all. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Like, okay, I'll be honest. Calafiori, there has been times where I've seen him playing attacking midfielder, right? Like, I'm like, okay, I guess Arteta has given you the license to go way out there, but like that's just more because he likes our left backs to kind of like invert a little bit, but like our right back really doesn't invert much, right? Like Timber at times will overlap Saka, but for the most part, you see Timber, especially if we don't have possession of the ball, you see him right next to Saliba, right? We don't really do a high line. All right, DJ said you used a high line at Tottenham. All right, first of all, was this before or after we were up 3-0, right? Like, if we were up 3-0, I think we did use a high line. But if you look at the goal that Tottenham scored, right, the Richarlison goal, I mean, I think we were we were playing like kind of a mid-block. And most of the game, I thought we were playing a mid-block for the most part. Yes, we did do a little bit of a high line, but I think that was when we were already winning 3-0, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think we were having a high line right off the bat. But, like I said, I think Arteta plays more of a mid-block than a high line. We're not really a high line team, if I'm not mistaken. Revolutionary Pot. That's one of the most disingenuous comments I've ever read. We were in our opponent's half and Zubin got caught out, even though he had an easy opponent. Yeah, okay, so DJ and Revolutionary Pot are kind of like they're saying that, well, one is saying that we had a high line, the other one is saying that we don't. And I have to agree with Revolutionary Pot. I don't think we do a high line. I've seen it a couple times when we are winning by quite a lot. Like I believe it was against Leeds United, if I'm not mistaken. We were up like 4-0, and Saliba was like probably very close to the halfway line. But like that was mainly because we had all the ball, right? Leeds barely had the ball, and we were up 4-0. Like I think that's about it. By that logic, going on the attack is a high line. Mid-block with defender losing the ball at 38 yards. Well, okay. First of all, it wasn't a defender. It was Zubimendi. Now, yes, I guess you could say he was a defensive midfielder, but I don't. If you're talking strictly about defenders, then it doesn't apply to Zubimendi. I don't know. Like, am I? Yeah, we don't play a high line. Now, does Chelsea love a high line? Absolutely. That's why they destroyed Barcelona, and that's why they found it so hard to beat Sunderland, because Sunderland plays a very low block. But Arsenal does not. All right, DJ said, I'm not talking about Zubi losing the ball. Well, can you clarify what you're talking about? But regardless, yeah, Chelsea absolutely loves high line. They hate like low blocks. Now, Arsenal does not play with a full low block unless the game against Sunderland, we did have a little bit of a low block, but that was because we were defending a 2-1 lead with like 5 minutes left to play. But I don't know, like we don't play a high line. I don't think. I mean, I don't know. But from a back pass to mid-block with the defender losing the ball at 38 yards. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you can give me an example, DJ, of like Arsenal playing a high line, like I guess for majority of the game, like yes, we might do it from time to time, but I don't really think that we're doing it the whole game. And if I'm being honest with you, I think Arsenal could easily play a high line and it would be okay. One, our defenders are pretty. I mean, like Timber's pretty fast. Calafiori is decent. I haven't seen much of Nkapie. Saliba can be quick on his day. Is it possible to do so? I think so, but I just think it's suicidal in the Premier League to have a high line. I just don't see any team that really plays high line from the get-go. Like, could Arsenal do it? Yes. Is it a good idea? Absolutely not. I don't think it's a good idea to have a high line against Premier League teams. European teams do it all the time, sure, right? But you look at what Barcelona did versus Chelsea, they absolutely got destroyed. Now, there was a few of them where they were very close to being offsides. I mean, if a Chelsea player had been like a half a second, slower to get going, you're looking at a 5-0, 6-0 Chelsea win. But regardless, yeah, we don't play a high line. Playing a high line, not many teams play a high line in the Premier League. I'm trying to think of a team that really plays a high line. We are not one of them. We play a mid-block. We might play a high line if we are winning, but I don't know. But anyways, let me see here. Yeah, so anyway, I think this is the team. Now, we're going to do a combined 11 of everybody here. Between Chelsea and Arsenal. Okay, so when it comes to goalkeeper, Timber v Garnacho will destroy. Oh, come on, man. No. You don't believe that one, man. Let's be honest. Come on. The only one that's nerve-wracking would be Esteval versus Calafiori, but I think Calafiori has his own. I think he'll hold his own for sure. All right, let's see here. And goalkeeper, I'm gonna go Raya. Now, I'll be honest with you. Robert Sanchez has been pretty solid. All right, Arsenal's offside trap combined with the mid block is amazing. Been seeing it for the last 2 years. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I know we did it a little bit against United. What was like one of those first games, like the Declan Rice winner, I think you're talking about. We did do a nice little offside trap for that, but I don't really think we do that much these days, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I think Raya has been better than Sanchez in terms of like, he just need a solid goalkeeper in the back. Now, I know Sanchez has made some good saves, and a lot of Chelsea fans thinks that this is probably his best season. I'll be honest with you, that moment where he came out and tackled, I believe is Mbuemo, during the Chelsea game was insane and ludicrous. And like that's the kind of things you wouldn't see Raya do. Now, I can't lie. The game against Sunderland, if Raya stays in his box and Brian Brobby does the overhead kick, he's definitely catching that. What does it say here? Revolutionary man, have you seen this? Breda at United and dunked on his head top. PTSD in that. We play cover too. It's NFL. Yeah, I mean, we cover. I mean, I remember the video of where it was a corner kick and all of our players were running back to cover when the other team, I forgot who it was. I think it was Fulham, were on a break. I mean, you saw how fast we got back to recover. Like I'm telling you, like it's just beautiful defensive solidity that's going on in Arsenal right now. But anyway, I'm gonna say Raya is better than Sanchez as of right now. I mean, you're talking about a 2-time Golden Glove winner versus a guy who's just having a few games of productiveness into the season. I'm gonna go with the 2-time Golden Glove winner. I'll be honest. Left back. Look, this might be controversial, but I might have to go with Cucurella. Now, I know a lot of people think Calafiori, right? I mean, I don't think Miles Lewis Skelly gets in this, if I'm being honest, but Calafiori, look, he's been pretty solid this season. But like the same thing that I wanted to say in regards to why I didn't put Robert Sanchez over David Raya is the same reasoning I'm going to do with Cucurella. Cucurella has been solid for the past 3 years as a left back. He's easily a top 10 left back in this league. I would have to go Cucurella over Calafiori now. Calafiori has a positive, season so far around like January, February. Then obviously that's more likely to change. Our center backs are the safeties, if you can be. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a pretty good analogy for all my American audience that watch the NFL, right? That they're like the secondary. They're back there. They're the ones keeping everything safe, cleaning it up. I love it. Okay, center backs. This is pretty easy, right? Okay, so this is only going to be players that are available. We're not doing like all-time or whatever. We're doing players that are available. Hincapié is better than any of them, right? Of Chelsea's center backs. Hincapié is way better. It doesn't matter. He's better than them. I could probably see because who's available for Chelsea, right? It's Chalobah. Who else? I know they have Hato, but I'll be honest, I'm gonna have to go with Capier and then obviously Saliba, right? Like that's so easy. We don't have to worry about that. All right. There's a few things that I have to be honest. Reece James is the kind of player where if he was at Arsenal, I would be like, oh man, like this guy's the complete player, right? You could put him as a defender, you could put him as a midfielder, you could put him as a winger. I don't know about striker, but because I don't know if he has I don't even know about winger if he has the pace. I'll say more of a defender and a center, or like a center mid, or even a defensive mid, right? But when it comes to the best right back defending, right? Like when you think of a right back, you think of a defender. You think of like a defender in a back three. It's got to be Timber. I'm putting Timber down, right? Like, sure, your right back could be great at passing, like Trent Alexander-Arnold, or great at free kicks, like Reece James. But right back in its fundamental form is a person that can defend in a back four, right? Take on the wing, like the winger is taking you on. You're able to defend the winger. You're able to get the ball from him. You're able to connect with your your midfield or your winger. I have to go with Timber. I have to. I'm gonna be honest. It has to be Timber. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Timber on that one. Okay, this is where it gets tricky. There's been a lot of debate between Rice and Caicedo. Who's the better player? I personally think Rice is more of a box-to-box midfielder, whereas Caicedo is just a strictly defensive mid. Now, Caicedo has expanded scoring like crazy goals this season, right? His goal against Liverpool, for example. So I will give you that. I think Caicedo has to be in this. He has to be. I'm putting Caicedo. I know, but he has to be. He's been phenomenal. Like, he's one of the best midfielders in this league for sure. I'll put Rice here. Now, the reason why this gets a little tricky is, I mean, it gets a little tricky because I can't lie. Who goes into the 10, right? I think Eze has been phenomenal. Because I'm talking about this season. I'm not talking about overall. So this season, Eze has been phenomenal. Now you have Cole Palmer. I don't think Martin Odegaard gets in the team. He hasn't played enough games. He has been phenomenal the few times he has featured. I think it comes down to Eze and Cole Palmer. Now, Cole Palmer this season, right? Been very injured. Has a lot going on. Would I put him in this team? versus Eze, who just came off a hat trick display against Tottenham? Or do I put Eze out right here in the left wing and like Palmer in the 10? I think that's probably what I'll have to do. Just because Eze has played a lot on the left. So it's not crazy to think that this would probably be how it goes. I think this is fair. This is fair. It was either going to be that or Eze doesn't make the team, and I think he has to. For this season, speaking, he has been phenomenal, and he has to go left wing. I think right wing, Saka. Now I know Esteval has been phenomenal. He's been great, but I'll be honest, it's Starboy, it's Saka, right? Even if we're talking strictly this season, which we are, I'd still go Saka. I know this hasn't been like Saka's had some quiet games. You know, he's not firing off like he did a season ago or even the season before that. But I'm gonna have to go Saka. He still provides you the assists. He still is the goal scorer. I think he's got 3 goals and 3 assists this season in all competitions, if I'm not mistaken. So not too bad, right? I'm gonna go Saka. Now striker's where it gets a little tough. Gyökeres hasn't been the greatest start. All right, okay, Revolutionary Pot said Palmer played 3 games this year though. He did play 3 games this year, but are you leaving Palmer out of this squad? Talking strictly this season, I mean, even the 3 games he's played, he's been pretty solid, right? I know there was a stretch where he didn't score any. I believe it was any open play games or open play goals, because he had a few penalty goals, but I think it was like he had 2 or 3 open play goals, like this just the year of 2025, if I'm not like some crazy stat like that. Oh wow, okay. So Revolutionary Pop believes that Neto has been better than Cole Palmer this season, and I'd go as a 10. Esteval left wing. Esteval left wing. Has Esteval played in the left wing? I thought he's primarily a right winger. Okay. Oh, that's wow. So Palmer doesn't make the squad. Okay. I don't know. That's a bit crazy, but I mean, I don't know if Esteval's left wing though, because I have not seen him play. I mean, has he played there before? I mean, okay, all right, okay. You know what? Revolutionary Pop believes that it should be. So he believes it should be Esteval here, and then Eze middle, like that. Okay, so yeah. Oh wow. Okay. All right. There's a lot going on here. Okay, so he says that. Okay, so it's mugging it to not include Esteval. Okay, that's fair. I can see where Esteval should be in the team. I don't think he gets above Saka, primarily because I don't think Esteval has as many assists as Saka does. If I'm okay, let's look at Saka's stats and then Esteval's stats real quick. Okay. All right. So Esteval in the Champions League has 3 goals, no assists. Premier League, he has 1 goal, 1 assist. So, and the EFL Cup, 1 goal. So if you put, I mean, that's 5 goals and 1 assist, right? You look at Saka, he's got 2 goals, 1 assist in the Champions League. Oh, he's got 3 goals and no assist. Wow. I thought Saka had more assists than that. Huh. Okay. Well, interesting. All right. Well, okay. Wow. But to drop Saka is Wow, do we drop Saka? Ooh. Wow, dropping Saka is wow. I don't know if I don't know if I can. That's a bit. But I mean, Revolutionary Pot has a point. I mean, Esteval's numbers are. I mean, they're better than Saka's, or they're roughly about Saka's. I don't. I don't. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could drop Saka from a combined 11. I don't know. That's. I mean, I know it's for this season's performance. All right, Revolutionary Pod says, "Nah, leave Saka." I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to leave Saka. I'll have to put Esteval on the left. I've never seen him play on the left from the few Chelsea games I've seen. I'm gonna have to go Esteval on the left, Saka on the right, Eze in the middle. I think that's fair. I mean, but Saka has played on the left a couple times. I mean, obviously not as a starting position, but in like some games you see him kind of drift up to the left. So I think this is fair, right? They can interchange, whatever. All right. Revolutionary Pot says Gyökeres up front for this season. João Pedro has been pretty solid, but I think João Pedro. Well, okay, who's Chelsea's striker? It's João Pedro, right? Because Liam Delap hasn't played enough. I know they had Pedro Neto against Barcelona, but that was just. I think that's just one game they had him up there. Okay, so it's João Pedro. Okay. João Pedro had a great start to the season, right? I mean, I think... Oh, okay. Let me look at his stats real quick. Okay. Let's see here. All right, João Pedro, 2024. Okay, so Premier League, he's got 4 goals and 3 assists. That's pretty solid. No goals in Champions League and no assists. Gyökeres, Premier League, 4 goals, 0 assists. Champions League's 2 goals. Okay, 2 assists. Now, if we're going strictly based off Champions League, all right, let's see here. Revolutionary Pass at Delap, João Pedro. None of these guys are a Gerd Mueller Award winner. You know, Revolutionary Pot, you're not wrong. You're not. My striker, okay, has the Gerd Mueller Award. None of y'all have it, okay? He's the best striker in the world, okay? None of y'all have that. I'm gonna have to go Gyökeres just for that. Just for that. It has to be big Gyökeres up there, man. I know Chelsea fans might cry out and say that, well, they have similar stats and João Pedro has more assists, yada, yada, yada. I'm going Gyökeres up there. The best striker in the world for the past 2 seasons. His numbers aren't great. He's still figuring out a new league, but I'm going Gyökeres. Okay, so this is my combined 11. I've got Gyökeres as striker, Esteval as left wing, Saka's right wing, Eze is the 10. Rice and Caicedo in a double pivot. Cucurella, Nkapie, Saliba, Timber, and Raya as the goalkeeper. This is based off of this season so far. All right, I think this is the best combined 11 for this season. Revolutionary Pot said, I told you I'm on a nasty agenda. I love Revolutionary Pot, man. You are on a nasty agenda. I can't lie. I love it. I love it. I love it. He's in a new team and all that. Allow him. No, honestly, facts. Like, look, it's a new team. It's a new league. It's a new country. He's getting used to it. I think that I think he's gonna score 20 goals. I think he's gonna, bang a few hat tricks here and there. Like, he's gonna be I think he's a pretty good striker. I mean, you don't score all those goals for nothing, right? I know people say it's in the Portuguese league. Doesn't matter. That's still a crazy amount of goals to score. But anyway, guys, yeah, this is my combined 11. I will be streaming the game tomorrow at 9:30 local time. That's in the United States. But yeah, I will be streaming the game. I'll be watching it. Thank you all for all that were part of this live stream. Thank you guys. It was my first stream on this channel. But yeah, if you guys liked it, please like and subscribe, and peace.